to the passage we're dealing with. But having said all that, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it because I've been reading on my own and doing my own Bible study, which I always do. But I've been reading 1 Peter, and I've just finished 1 Peter, and I've just started Mark. But here's the thing. We don't read enough books all at the same time. We read verses, very, very, very small verses, 1 or 2 verses, and we dig, and that's always great. But we do not spend the time to see how the whole argument is developed or how the whole story is told and what the author is trying to accomplish. 1 Peter was a letter to the church, so it would have been read during a worship service, so it's a very short book. But it is rich and deep and meaningful. Why? Because it's written to a church that's going through a hard time. And just like we are. So the first thing that happens when you read 1 Peter is you have this loud sigh of relief. Why? We've been here before. The church has been pressed. The church has been threatened. The church has had to deal with all kinds of unseen tsunamis, and the church has come through it. 1 Peter is testimony that if you're faithful to Christ in the middle of the crisis, He will be faithful to you to get you through it. The other thing is there's some real practical teaching about how you respond to situations that aren't friendly. More and more people feel the freedom to attack Christianity or to confront you in your workplace or somewhere else. And over again, Peter says, consider Christ. It's more than just what would Jesus do. It is consider who He is. Consider how He responded when He was in the same situation you were, when He was falsely accused, when He was threatened. He did not let the behavior of anyone else determine His behavior. In every situation, Christ was faithful to Jesus, to the Father. Now, this whole book, that can be summed up in that one phrase, consider Christ. As you're going through your life, consider Christ. What are the values that Christ had? Are there the values that you have? How are you responding to the challenges that are being put before you on that day? How are you leading other people around you to respond? Because you're just not responsible for you, but you're responsible for all those brothers and sisters around you. How are they doing when they're pushed and shoved in the world around us? Consider Christ. He has shown us how we are to live in tough times, and they wrote it down for us. It's right here in 1 Peter. Now, where can you find 1 Peter? Right in front of 2 Peter. Oh, preacher joke, just had to get it in. Read books all together. Read one gospel at one sitting. Read the letters. You can do it easily at one sitting, and pay attention to that great big story that all of them are telling. And for 1 Peter, it's this: consider Christ. I'll give you 60 seconds to do that, and I'll see you tomorrow.